Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are in another video in which we are going to learn very great things. This is a timely topic that we have chosen today, and you are going to get a lot of benefits from this topic of today. This topic relates to CSS, PCS, PMS, and lots of other competitive examinations. This can help you in FPSC, SPSC, and different cadres of examination. Let's get started and move towards our today's topic, that is cyber threat to nuclear weapons. First of all, let me introduce this topic to you. What are nuclear weapons? Nuclear weapons are the atomic weapons which only 6 to 7 countries possess currently in this world, because they are very destructive. Nuclear weapons have practically been used only once in the world during 1947, 1946, 1945's war of US with Japan on Japan's city Hiroshima and Japan cities Hiroshima and Nagasaki. These two important cities were bombed by US during their war, and these are nuclear weapons, the important, very destructive weapons by the world. Pakistan also possesses them, India also possesses them. Apart from that, US also possesses the nuclear weapons. So now what is cyber threat? Threat means a danger, and cyber means the internet. Anything using internet, that threat goes to the nuclear weapons. For an example, the security of the nuclear weapons is very high, be it Pakistan, US, or any other country, because these are very important areas where security must be too high. Now, what is a cyber threat? Cyber threat means that computers are over their security on these nuclear weapons, and if any other person, the enemy country or the enemies of the particular area which possesses the nuclear weapons, they come over that and they hack the computer systems or hold the systems of these nuclear weapons, and then they use these for their own gains. Or a single person hacks that all system and then uses them against any country, against any area. So what is going to happen? Therefore, this topic is very essential and very important. So let's move forward to its introduction today. Introduction. The nuclear weapons program is a critical component of national security. In any country, the national security is very important. Like in Pakistan, Pakistan has threats from various countries like USA, India most importantly. So the nuclear program of any country, including Pakistan or those countries which possess the nuclear weapons, is very important. Now, it's very critical and very important for the national security, like Pakistan's national security, any country's national security. And the information related to it is highly sensitive. Now, the information that where are the nuclear weapons of a country, how these are operated, where are the buttons of them, where are the switches of them, where are the switches and control system of them, is very important. Why it's important? Because by pressing just a single button, any sort of destruction can play havoc with the peace of the world, and a new war can emerge. The world has already witnessed two major wars, the World War I and the World War II. And other war can erupt if the national security and the data of the nuclear bombs is not secured. However, with the increasing reliance on digital technologies, the risk of cyber threats to nuclear weapons information has grown exponentially. Now, we are growingly, every day we are getting dependent on these sort of things like the digital technology more and more. Everyone is using computers, everyone is using social media, everyone has powerful systems at their homes, and the countries are getting more and more dependent on these sort of digital technologies, and everyone knows how to use these technologies. The hacking systems of these technologies are also increasing. Now, when the security and all the mechanism of and the system of these all nuclear weapons is dependent upon the technology, then definitely the risk of their information being leaked is also exponential, very increased. Moving forward, we would, after the introduction, we would go towards the types of cyber threats. What type of cyber threats is the world facing nowadays? Let us be discussing this. First of all, what is a cyber threat? Cyber threat means that any danger that is through a computer or system to the nuclear weapons. So we are discussing the types of cyber threats now. What kinds of cyber threats are there? Number one, data breaches. Data, information, statistics that is available in the computer or with the people, with the staff, with the personnel of the keepers of that nuclear bombs of any particular country. So first of all, data breaches. Unauthorized access to classified information, potentially leading to the theft of sensitive data. For an example, the data is intact with the officials, the personnel of the staff of that security. But if that data is that classified data is accessible to any people who are unauthorized, means people who have not permission to do that. So if that data goes to the unauthorized people, what's going to happen? Then the sensitive data may be stolen. And if someone steals that sensitive data and sells or tells to any other country, then the other enemy country, the rival country, can attack their nuclear program, take them or use them on behalf of them. For an instance, India takes the data, the nuclear data of Pakistan, and then India has the control over the nuclear weapons of Pakistan. And India uses the nuclear weapons of Pakistan in order to attack America. What would happen? America would definitely think Pakistan has done that. But actually India has done that. Therefore, how important that data is, this can be understood through the example that I have just provided. Number two, malware and ransomware. Malware means any program. Ransomware or malware means any program that is corrupting the system or stealing. The malware and ransomware also includes the virus, whatever are computer virus, and they can be very strong. It can hack the systems of the countries as well. Now we use a PC, which is called a personal computer, which I can use, any student can use, you can use too. We have a PC, but at the government and organizational levels, they do not use a PC. They have a full system, a hard and strong system, which is called a special system, and their data is very strong. So they have a special system which they use, which are called the supercomputers. We use the personal computer and they use supercomputers. Like Pakistan Air Force, Pakistan Army has all the systems connected to their system. So these are known as the supercomputers, special computers. They are bigger ones. Now, malware and ransomware. Malicious software can compromise nuclear weapons systems, disrupt operations, or lead to loss of critical data. If any malware or ransomware comes in any computer, for an example, any hacker installs a malware and ransomware, what can happen? There can be multiple things. Malicious software, a bad software. Malicious software can compromise nuclear weapon systems, means whole the system can be compromised, means it can be given into any other hands, it can be sold to other hands which are not the proper hands, and disrupt operations. For an instance, they are taking care of the security, or they are cleaning the whole system of nuclear weapons, or any work like that, and then any other malware gives them a command to start to use it. Just this is for an example, and it has never happened. So what can happen, that the whole operation can be disrupted completely, and the nuclear weapon can go and be spread. And the critical data can be lost also. All the data that is available with the personnel of a particular organization can be given to anyone. Next threat is the third threat, phishing and social engineering. What is phishing? Phishing means that any person goes and sends email. It looks like that email is from a particular boss or a particular officer of that particular organization. but actually that is from a hacker. And social engineering means that is a system in which they engineer a way to do it all. Cyber attackers may use phishing emails. I explained that what are phishing emails means. I am not the official, I am a hacker. But when I will send any email to my subordinate, any email to subordinate of any officer, so that subordinate would think that this email has come from my officer, although I am a hacker. So that person would obey the command of that his official, because the email seems to come from his official. So he would act upon it, and suddenly what would happen, that he would know that his officer had never given him such a command. And resultantly what would happen, the result would be that the nuclear information can be sent to anyone, or anything can happen. Means it is unexpected. How high can the loss be? Social engineering tactics to trick authorized personnel in revealing sensitive information. They can phish emails, and they can use social engineering, and the authorized personnel, the permitted staff, will reveal the sensitive information to anyone. And that information will go to anyone, and they wouldn't know that who has asked this data. Number 4, insider threats. For an example, in Pakistan Air Force, the nuclear weapons are in the charge of Pakistan Air Force, and in the Pakistan Air Force there is any person who takes the personal data, the authorized data, and sells it to someone. So that is an insider threat. Means in the side of that department there is a person who sells the data to someone else. So that is called the insider threat. Authorized personnel with malicious intentions can compromise nuclear weapons information from within. From within a department, the authorized personnel, the permitted staff will give with those who have the bad intentions towards their country, they can sell this data to others. Like in Pakistan Air Force, Rashid Minhas was flying, he was a new pilot, but his senior was a senior pilot, and the senior was taking his jet to the enemy country, and in this way the world would have seen Pakistan as a bad country. So Rashid Minhas took the train and put the jet into the ground, and thus he was a hero. He got Nishan-e-Haider as well. This was just an example of insider threat. Now, consequences of a cyber attack. If there is a cyber attack, internet attack on the nuclear weapons, what can be the result? There can be lots of other results even if the data is hacked, first thing. Now, these are only the consequences if the data is hacked. If anything happens, those consequences will be quite different. Number 1, what would be the consequence? Compromising of national security. National security would completely be compromised. If Pakistan throws one gun at someone, then definitely they are going to throw two, because we have taken the first step. So the national security can completely be compromised because of this. Number 2, loss of public trust. Public will completely lose trust in their organizations. Like if something happens in India, the Indian people would lose trust in their army, in their rangers, in their air force, whatever organizations they have, because they know that if they have not been able to save their own department's data, how would they save us? So the public trust would completely dwindle. Number 3, disruption of operations. All the operations of nuclear weapons, of security, of flying, any operations that relate to this, to the nuclear weapons or anything related there, would completely vanish and finish. So today we discussed a cyber threat to nuclear weapons. I hope you guys understood, and like, comment and share. Watch this lecture again and again for improving and for understanding this topic clearly. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.